Or you might want to get out there.
Oh my Lord!
Just heading towards 11th Street.
There's cows.
On the railroad tracks in front of Schweber Park is where police cornered a trespasser.
He's like, what in the world? I'm like, they're holding the cow down. He goes, they ain't holding no cow down. So we pulled in real fast, and then he was like, dude, they're holding the cow down.
A few blocks over, another lawbreaker is running around in someone's backyard.
All the cows was going down the road and the cops was SUV'd up like they was chasing criminals. I'm not kidding you.
It's really cool. Cell phones out, people gathering around.
Never. Only in Rock Island.
Watching the Wild West come back to life.
Especially in Rock Island, I mean, I don't think there's any farms anywhere like close by. I don't think there's any I haven't seen a cow in like months.
Rock Island police say they believe 5 cows tried to make a break from a nearby cattle auction house today, and officers weren't all that well equipped to stop them.
The worker said do not get out with the cow. He will probably ram you.
I would have had it a long time ago.
But one guy said he was ready to save the day.
Take only 5-10 minutes. All I had to do is go inside their yard and get it, you see? I'm a cowboy. I'm an expert cowboy.
But there were plenty of cowpokes just too scared to get close.
It rammed against the fence, and I thought it would break the fence.
Afternoon rush hour is when these streets are clogged with cars, and police are seldom seen detaining farm animals.
This was some pretty good enjoyment for me, entertaining to see a cow on a railroad tracks being held down by the police.
And although the cows had their supporters,
This is random, pretty random.
the Great Escape was short-lived.
It's a great day.
Des Moines, waking up this morning to tragedy.
Shocked, very shocked, saddened. You just wouldn't think something like this would happen in Des Moines.
Wanda Brown and her dad placed flowers on a Des Moines police car.
To pay our respects.
2 officers killed early Wednesday morning, one from the Des Moines Police Department.
He goes by Tony, and he's been with us since 2005.
I fear for all the law enforcement. I fear for their lives. I have a brother on the force, Sergeant Kenneth Brown, so it really just hits close to home.
The other officer shot.
Our officer's name, as the sergeant gave you, is Justin Martin.
An officer with the Urbandale Police Department, where a steady stream of people came to pay their respects, leaving flowers when there are no words.
It's hard to form words with so many emotions going on at one time that somebody could do this.
Daniel Schneider and his fiancée Bridget Smith say their thoughts are with the families.
We know a few law enforcement officers in the area, so it could have been any one of them.
Yeah, lots of people are.
I just think that I hope the community can come together and help his family and his other officers get through this.
They didn't deserve this. These 2 officers did not deserve this at all.
Now, law enforcement mourning the loss, including Quanda's brother.
He said he's holding up. He's holding up as best as he can. Jesus' name.
Just like this community.
Inside this library, it's what you expect to see.
I should forget it.
Kids reading.
School is way too tough.
But who they're reading to?
Fish.
The unexpected.
It really brings the kids out of their shell. Kids that struggle to read or don't like to read, the dogs have a way of encouraging them. Dogs don't judge, they just listen. So kids seem to respond to that silent companionship.
So we tried long division.
7-year-old Reagan Shinke reads to her newest friend.
I am here to help you learn.
Iris the dog sits and listens.
I think he liked it.
Meanwhile, 6-year-old Henrik Sonny
You can't go too far.
has a great time reading to a basset hound named Mater. For these kids, it's taking the pressure off of trying to learn how to read.
I like that he was happy and he was moving around. And I like when he was laying on me. Right.
Giving kids a different experience when it comes to reading.
Nobody's judging them when they miss a word or don't know how to sound out a word. The dogs will nudge them or be silly like Mater does. And the kids just think it's funny and they'll learn from it rather than get embarrassed and shut down.
A fun one.
Where? He was nice and funny and a good listener.
There's familiar sights that let you know it's homecoming week.
Look, Taylor, baby!
But in DeWitt, Iowa, some are more obvious than others.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper paints the downtown.
My husband and I, we actually got our meals the other night, and we sat out on the front porch swing and watched them. There were 50 kids in just black teepeeing over here.
And what some people would consider vandalism, people in DeWitt just call it fun.
It's something I think some of the community likes to just think it's fun to see. Maybe some other people don't like it, but my kids think it's hilarious.
Seniors TP the town for a whole week, making sure to really cover the city's park.
This year is pretty impressive. But they do high quality work. I mean, they do try and get it this big every year, but yes, they've done a very good job this year.
A tradition that started years ago.
There's a lot of rolls of toilet paper. I know we used to buy it by the cases though.
Are you TPN?
Has parents hoping future generations keep the rolls going.
My daughter dislikes it because she said that makes her park messy. But I told her, I said, well, it's a rite of passage. I said, this is what you do when you hit high school and for homecoming week. And she's like, so I can do it when I get bigger? And I said, absolutely.
For years and years to come.
I think it's fun as long as it stays just toilet paper.
This is somewhat of a funeral, I guess, of sorts.
Saying goodbye is never easy.
Dearly beloved, we're gathered here to say goodbye.
But this ending, some say they saw it coming.
Tearing down it because it's so old it even falls apart.
Many came to see the historic former Lodge Hotel whole one last time.
I spent a lot of time here, so it's kind of strange to watch.
And many will say it's spent a life serving a purpose.
We had our wedding reception here, and I just always remember the lodge being here for as long as I've lived in Bettendorf.
While little ones will probably only know of it through stories told.
I'm watching Dim Dim and Listen a lot.
Ethan just told me, Mommy, I know this is special for you. I'm sorry, but this is demolition and it's really fun.
Some watched up close.
The big one up there, it's got to go up and down. It's a lot slower.
While others lined up on Spruce Hills, all watching a piece of history come down.
I didn't think it'd be that big of a deal, but actually watching it's kind of, kind of eye-opening.
Piece by piece.
It's just such a huge landmark and very crazy to see it go down like this.
Soon be gone, but it'll be replaced by something good.
Hoping its replacement will spend a lifetime creating new memories.
I'm eager to see what they do with it and what happens.
That sound.
How you doing?
And this colored kettle.
Well, thank you very much.
Symbols of the holiday season.
Merry Christmas, thank you very much.
When you see Santa Claus and bells, you often think about the Salvation Army Christmas kettle.
It's a fundraising tradition.
How you doing today, sir?
They've been out on the streets for over 125 years.
Passed down from generation to generation.
Thank you, thank you.
It's money that stays right here in the community.
Right here in the Quad Cities, yes. The money that we collect here stays here in the Quad Cities and provides services to the needy families in the Quad Cities.
But leaders are worried this year people in need will be shortchanged.
We're seeing that we don't have the kettle ringers this year, so that's really has us a little nervous at this point in time.
How you doing, sir?
The goal, $815,000.
Good. Merry Christmas.
It's a pretty aggressive goal for us, but it's a goal based upon need.
Merry Christmas.
And right now, they're $500,000 shy of the jackpot.
But on Saturday, your donation means even more. Every quarter you donate turns into 2.
All money given on Saturday will be matched by an anonymous donor.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
That's a huge shot in the arm for us, especially in light of the fact that we're slightly behind of our Christmas goal.
A step in the right direction.
Thank you very much.
When people drop coins into the kettle or dollar bills in the kettles, think about the lives that are being transformed. I think that really gives you a real spirit of giving.
Well, thank you very much.
The start of a final push to make meaningful change.
Have a good day. Thank you.
I'm gonna have to put my serious face on. We got 5 minutes left. Raising that money! Greenbacks, talk to me, Goose, talk to me. Coffee and a donation, a good cause, and you're alert.
Just to raise as much money as we can. This is the first time we've done it, so we have no idea.
I thought I was gonna be holding a bucket.
What to even expect.
I can't do simple, right? We gotta Let's crank it up a notch. There we go, that's a winner. I'm pretty sure it's a great day. It might have been a giraffe. Hey now, coins too. We take them all, they spin.
Part of the job about being on top of the roof is to actually get that awareness, bring people in, show our support for Special Olympics.
Here you go.
Thank you very much. A couple coupons for a cup of coffee.
Be able to help him to achieve his goals and reach his dreams in any way, even if it's just his stay at a hotel or trip, travel, whatever they do. And to be a part of that, you can't replace that. Lovewell, we're taking donations for the Special Olympics, baby.
The officer in the donuts waving and clapping. It was great.
And they'll give you a coupon for a free coffee.
Hey, you have a great day.
You too, my friend. God bless you, man. Give me one. Come on, Eastbound.
My grandson's autistic, and I have another friend that's mentally handicapped, and they're both in Special Olympics. So anything I can do to help them is great.
That's a loud radio.
It's hard not to smile when you see them.
This is obviously our goal. But if we could just put smiles on faces, maybe someone has a little better day because that crazy cop they saw with the donuts around his waist on the way to work, then that's a winner. Donut man, we got a winner. He came back, I just saw him. Give me another winner. Special Olympics of Iowa, thank you, sir.
Get your lemonade! Get your lemonade!
These pint-sized salesmen could probably sell anything with pipes like these.
Lemonade! Hello, how can I help you?
One lemonade, please. We've been talking a little bit with our learning about the money and how many quarters go on a dollar.
The only thing these kids love more than selling lemonade is drinking it.
Really tasty. You should get some. If you're watching this, you should get some.
Out of this group of sugared-up kids, one classmate is missing. The meaning behind the entire project.
He's... sorry. He's looking down.
His name was Ty Sanford. Ty was a beloved student, friend, and son whose life was cut short because of a rare form of brain cancer. Ty was 5 years old when he died.
We haven't forgot him. We never will. And doing this, in his memory, it makes it even more special.
All the money raised will go towards child cancer research in Ty's honor.
That'll be 50 cents. Thank you.
This class may be smaller in size, but bigger in heart.
It changed my life forever as a teacher. And you just hug your kids a little bit tighter every day and tell everybody you love them because you never know.
All while learning a lesson hard to comprehend at any age.
He's smiling down on us and he knows. He's thankful.
When life hands you something sour, make sweet, sweet memories.
Thank you for donating. Come again.
You're welcome. Get any animals?
Yeah. Time never seems to be on your side.
The river's a very complex system.
Especially when you're dealing with the Mississippi River.
There's some goodies in this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
And this holds true for this Fish and Wildlife Services crew.
Usually between 2,000 and 3,000 a day. And we've been at it for 6 weeks, I think. I don't know, time, I have no idea. It all kind of blurs together.
So when you're trying to relocate 500,000 mussels,
it's a female non-gravid,
things sometimes go
at a mussel's pace,
Recent high river water can make for a dangerous situation for divers.
It is a long, tedious process. Those divers have to go down there and dig through all of the rocks and the trees and everything else and try to find the animals.
I gotta look at everyone. I have trouble with these.
Not to mention the mussels themselves can be complicated.
Lampsilus higginsi is the big fat one, and Clothobusus siphius, or the sheep nose, is the other one.
Crews have already relocated more than 70,000 mussels. They're only halfway through.
L. recta, male.
But before they can move, they have to be marked.
It usually takes about a half hour. 35141.
Sorted.
26445. Maple leaf.
And looked over to see what species the mussels falls in.
21 adult thistlebacks.
There's 29 different ones, including 3 that fall under endangered species.
1 juvenile fragile paper shell.
While some might think it's a lot of work just for some mussels, crews will tell you it's worth it.
One mussel will basically filter up to 5 gallons a day. So of those 70,000 mussels, that's 350,000 gallons of water that have been filtered every single day by them.
One adult monkey face.
even if it is time-consuming.
At Rogers Automotive, they've been fixing cars for 45 years.
We've been through the good and the bad here in Zion.
But these days, it's Roger Whitmore's tax bill that seems a little out of alignment.
Since we built this shop here, and with the subsequent closing of the nuclear power plant, our taxes have gone up 143%. Over the course of 10 years, that's $500,000. I wish I could keep some of that.
On the shore of Lake Michigan, just north of Chicago, sits the reason for the skyrocketing tax rate. This nuclear power plant once paid for schools, parks, and libraries with its $19.5 million in annual taxes. That is, until Exelon shut it down in 1998.
And it's getting better, but it's been a tough road.
Zion Mayor Al Hill says that tax burden has now shifted to residents.
We lost half the value of our community when the plant closed.
What looks like a typical neighborhood has its scars. Add in the housing crisis of '08, and it's been a tough 2 decades for homeowners.
Well, we owed on this house here like 185. Now, or the value of it. Now we'd be lucky to get 100, 110. You know, it's we can't afford to sell it.
In fact, these days, more than 60% of the living spaces in Zion are rental units.
The corner house down there is a rental. One down there is empty. These people just bought theirs a couple of years ago. It's just hard times. The jobs aren't here.
But there's another consequence of the plant's closure that Zion leaders find particularly troubling.
We have, in fact, become a nuclear storage facility unwittingly.
Almost 20 years after the plant closed, the spent fuel rods are still here. Hill says the federal government still isn't sure where to take them or even how to get them there. So they remain on Zion's beach.
It's Lake Michigan lakefront property. It's valuable property that has no value right now because the fuel rods are there.
Cannot use our beach or lakefront. I doubt if we'll, in my lifetime, we'll never see it opened up.
Tough as it's been, Whitmore says he's not going anywhere.
I don't think nobody wants to come in and buy my business and assume my tax bite, so I'm left here and doing the best we can.
Working through the good times and the bad.
It's your bigger than normal Friday night in the Western Big Six. Rivals UT and Rock Island are set for battle.
Hey, have fun. Let's have fun. Good luck.
Ryan Weber and Tom Sigel meet at half court and immediately talk basketball.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen this regional.
I think it just is who we are. I think it's the one thing that we've always had together.
Sigel and Weber are family, with Tom marrying Ryan's cousin when he was in grade school. The basketball bond quickly started, with Sigel coaching against Weber as a fifth grader.
Little lefty, crafty guard, little chip on his shoulder, so I remember him.
He coached against me when I was starring on the Silas Willard Wildcats fifth grade team, just for the record. Yeah. And we were good.
Yeah.
Just a few years later, it was Sigel coaching Weber as a sophomore at Galesburg.
I loved it when he got on me. I understood his motivational tactics. I can remember some stuff that he used to do to kind of, push some buttons. I think I wanted to kind of follow in that.
I wondered where somebody went wrong. didn't give him some better advice not to do this. He's got these gray hairs to look forward to, I think. We have to make sure we keep somebody deep, keep them honest.
Nearly 2 decades later, Sigel and Weber are mainstays in the Western Big Six.
I like the black lane though on the black sideline. That's got to stay.
Rivals on the court.
I don't like when teams don't color the lane.
But still the same basketball junkies often.
We're kind of boring, we can talk uniforms for a really long time. We can talk designing shoes for a really long time, stuff that probably really just doesn't matter, but we think kind of matters.
Clothesline! Give me intentional!
It's 2 hands to his chest!
The games between their teams,
he's going back door!
Have always been big, but never easy for anyone involved.
It's brutal, but I know that we both want to win. That kind of is what makes it worse, I think, and sometimes worse on the rest of the family.
Time out! Come on, BJ!
As soon as we walk away after the handshake and everything like that, I really try not to look down there, because I think it can be distracting for me.
Hey, flip! Ball! Travel! He's carrying it on that hesitation move, Joe.
But make no mistake about it, These two coaches
Good help, Jay.
are extremely competitive.
I feel like
He's pretty competitive.
I feel like he's probably a little bit more competitive just because.
See, I was going to say the opposite.
Get on the floor, Will. Let's go. Let's go.
Sigel owns a 6-3 record against his cousin.
Call foul!
But Weber won their last meeting, a game that has yet to come up in conversation.
Good job.
We just tend to let it lie, you know. My butt's been sore before from all the kickings that Rocky has given us over the years.
The two will keep their distance this week. That is unless a certain sportscaster asks for an interview, making things a little awkward.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank you for that, I guess. But, I mean, I don't know if that's a healthy way to approach it, but...
If you sit us closer than we are right now, maybe I can start getting in his head a little bit on what he's going to do Friday.
Rain with the leather seat.
Chances are you'll never see Scott Cyril empty-handed.
Got your yo-yo, huh?
Everywhere he goes, he takes this neon toy for a spin.
Can you walk the dog, too?
I can, but only if you buy him food.
Scott runs 10 to 20 miles every day with his handheld partner. He has to.
It has a sense of calmingness, anxiety. It keeps me focused.
His hand isn't the only thing full.
Here's my 7-year chip.
Out of all the races he's run,
In December, I'll pick up my 8-year.
his Alcoholics Anonymous chip is his Olympic gold medal.
So if you can't feel it, why?
Oh, I feel it. What do you mean I feel it? I feel it here. You know what I mean? I know it's with me on my journey. Hey, Cindy.
The journey all started right here.
That was just to get me downtown, with rides to take me downtown so I could walk out the back door and go to the bars. Yes, sir. Good, how are you?
Scott self-medicated his anxiety with drugs and alcohol. He was an addict, and the law caught up with him.
If I could sit on a bar stool for 8 hours a day and then drink until oblivion in the nighttime, I can go ahead and be here.
Scott says running saved his life.
It is hard. I mean, don't get me wrong. I go through it every day, and that's why I have this new addiction, running.
He's turned his life around. Gets his child every weekend or every other weekend.
Scott fights his mental demons to set a good example for his driving force, his son, Caden.
Just do what you can. Stay at it. Hey! Never lose faith.
7 years down, a lifetime to go.
Just giving me my life. But only for today.
Through the ups and downs,
I don't know what I'm running from. I don't know what I'm running to.
Scott is always moving forward.
I just know I'm running. There's no form of therapy or drug that can give me that.
On the Mercer County baseball field, rivalries play out.
I'm probably the cockier one.
Yeah, definitely. He's a cocky.
Sibling rivalries.
I don't know. I'm more of a team aspect kind of guy, and Jaden's like, I'll step in and do whatever I can. I'm just going to get this done. We're definitely two different kinds of people, not even close.
Brothers, Jaden and Jacob Dellett, share the field for the Golden Eagles. And they're not alone.
Let's go on!
Senior Ashton Klingeman knows a little bit about brotherly love.
It's a little bit of a babysitting job. Gotta make sure he stays out of trouble.
Little brother Jaden, a freshman, serves as the team's backup catcher.
I always make sure to know what I'm doing because sometimes coach yells at me a little bit.
Responsible for warming up pitchers, including, you guessed it.
My name is Brad Garrett. I'm a senior for Mercer County baseball team.
I'm Jeff Garrett. I'm a freshman on Mercer County.
The Garrett brothers, both competing on the hill and maybe competing against each other.
I want him to do well, but there's part of me that kind of hopes he just gives up a home run every now and again. I think he might be a little bit better than me, but this will probably be the only time I ever tell him that.
And who else would you turn to if you needed help with your swing?
He's the more competitive one, and I'm more relaxed. Kind of go along with it. I look older. Whatever. Things happen.
Jacob and Connor Jenkins.
I mean, it makes us feel like we can work harder around each other and we're more comfortable. Yeah. I mean, we don't really fight in front of people, but we fight all the time. Behind closed doors, oh yeah, we butt heads.
So if you're keeping score at home, that's 8 players, 4 sets of brothers, 1 baseball family.
Yeah, I'm definitely better than my older brother, so that would be
It's a neat little thing. It really helps our composure, being together, sticking together, working as a team, working as a family, literally.
Eagles! A baseball band of brothers.
It's just that special bond that brings each other together and makes you feel like you can trust the person next to you.
And it doesn't matter who's on first, because his brother isn't too far away.
For world-ranked swimmer Alexa Harris,
He's got 2, and then you jump in this lane.
her home address might as well be listed as lane 5.
I'm always here, and I don't have a whole lot of time for other things.
2 practices a day, totaling more than 20 hours a week, plus a job on the side to feed her passion for success in the water.
So I think that's the most challenging part of it all, is having to get your swimming in, coaching in to make some money, and then just going home and that's all you do all day.
Alexa competed last month in the Olympic swimming trials and is ranked worldwide. But to do that, she needed a lot more than a flawless freestyle.
3 at a time.
She needed tens of thousands of dollars.
It takes money to be great.
Sitting down for a Skype interview. We're just in our conference room up here. What's the weather like? You're in Florida, right? 3-time Olympic gold medalist Nancy Hogshead McCarr knows firsthand how Olympic committees fund athletes.
There's one pot of money. The administrators are out there raising money. And does it go into the pocket of the administrator? Do they hire more people around, or does it go into the pocket of the athlete?
25 under, okay?
To be eligible for the money, an athlete needs to be ranked worldwide. Nancy says on average, in leagues like the NBA, about 50 to 60% of money raised goes to the players. But for Olympic athletes, that number is a lot lower.
I think most people would be pretty surprised at how little money actually goes to athletes that's raised by the Olympic Committee.
For example, the USA Track and Field Olympic Committee made just under $43 million in 2015. Of that, about $3.5 million was paid out to the athletes. That's only 8%, something Nancy says is misleading to donors.
8%'s a kind of slap in the face for those of us who have, dedicated our lives to this.
But in reality, Nancy says it's up to athletes like Alexa to come up with that cash on their own if they want to compete in the Olympic level. Fortunately for Alexa, she's found support of different strokes.
I've gotten a lot of support through our team and through our head coach, and they really have tried to give me everything that they can.
And she considers herself one of the lucky ones.
It would be very difficult if you didn't have support.
Knowing she has help along the way helps her breathe a little easier. It's a luxury not every Olympic dreamer wakes up to.